What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another LEGO YouTube video. In today's video, I have part 2 of my September LEGO haul that I am going to unbox and build for you all. And of course, inside of this box is my LEGO order from LEGO.com, and it is the new iteration of the Ghost and Phantom 2. I've been very excited for this to arrive, and it does come with 5 exclusive minifigures inside of this set. And what's special about this set is it does come with the Phantom 2 as well as the Ghost, and there are 1,394 pieces. Looking at the back of the box, we're able to see more of the Phantom and the Ghost in its landed form. You can see some play features, such as one with this front turret, and you get a better look at the interior and how the Ghost is able to come apart. I'm very excited to put this together. Before I do, I always like to watch some form of Star Wars, so we're watching the end of Season 4 of Star Wars Rebels. Spoilers for Star Wars Rebels, though, so skip ahead. And as you can tell, yeah, I started with like one of the most depressing episodes of Star Wars Rebels to watch while building this, but luckily I had a very fun time building the actual Ghost and Phantom 2 set, so that was able to cheer me up. But I love Star Wars Rebels. I watched the TV show when it first came out back in 2014 on Disney XD, but I never got around to collecting any of the Star Wars Rebels sets that they released at the time because I liked the show, but I wasn't like a big enough fan to actually want to collect the LEGO sets. I was much more into LEGO DC and LEGO Creator at the time. I kind of regret not getting them because they're so expensive now, but this is my first LEGO Star Wars Rebels set in my collection, and it definitely delivers. It is a very fun building experience. It takes everything that was good about the 2014 version of the Ghost, and it expands upon it with the new elements that LEGO has released since the 2014 iteration of it released. You can see they have literally improved this in every single area except for minifigures. I did like the minifigures better in the 2014 one, but the minifigs in this one are still great, and here is what the finished product looks like. It is just a beautiful set. I love it. It is probably going to be in my top 10 favorite LEGO Star Wars sets. Here is a look at the minifigures. We get Officer Hawkins as well as Lieutenant Beta, Chopper, Jason Syndulla, and Hera Syndulla. Also, we get the Phantom 2, which is the first thing that you build in this set. It's a very simple build, but it does look great. I like the sticker of the Purgle that we are able to see up top here, and there's a few other stickers around the set as well, and it's a very clean looking build. It's a little bit too small in my opinion, but I get why it is the scale that it is, so it could fit in this set and not be a separate set. Also, you were able to open up the cockpit like this, and it's a very small interior. You have space for just about one minifigure can fit inside of there, which is way out of scale if you have seen the Star Wars Rebels show, but I'm just happy to have a Phantom 2 and LEGO in my LEGO collection. It's also able to attach to the back of the Ghost, so I am happy with what we got. I might pick up the Phantom 2 from 2017 though, just because I like the scale of that one better, but for now, I like this. The back of the Ghost also looks really great. I like the blue color for the, I guess, I forget what the back part of the ship is called, but I like that color scheme. Also, you get some really nice angles off to the side. There's not a lot of gaps, which was a problem with the first version of this, and this is just a beautiful LEGO set. It has a few sticker pieces on it, unfortunately, but they are minimal, and I feel like you get a lot of brick-built details to kind of balance it out, so it's not too much stickers, which is good, because I feel like that's been a problem recently. There's just too many stickers and not enough brick-built details. Also, if we look at the interior, you are able to see it is very tight in here, but there are still some interior details which I really like. There's some sticker pieces marking the entrances and exit to the Ghost through those kind of landing doors, and there's some walking space for your minifigures. You can see some steps leading up to the pilot seat. There is also a very, very small kitchen as well as a crate off to the side here. It's a very compact interior, but I think it's good. They worked with what they had, and I think I like it a lot. Also, we have the gunner seat with the Inquisitor blade as your, what is it, like landing, or you know what I mean, the pilots thing. And then we also have a play feature down here. We have some spring-loaded shooters. This actually works where if you move the gun turret down here, the spring-loaded shooters will also launch along with it. I think that's a really cool play feature, though it is kind of annoying if you are trying to display this set, as when trying to display, I accidentally shot them like 5 times, so I ended up displaying it without the spring-loaded shooters, but I'm glad that they included the play feature nonetheless, and I think it looks really nice next to the other sets from the Ahsoka lineup. It fits in really nicely. This is probably my favorite out of the lineup. I have mine displayed with the Phantom 2 separate from the Ghost, and I think it looks really good. So I am very happy with it. Also, I know that a lot of y'all are probably going to want to know how to actually build the stand, and don't worry, I will get into a tutorial of how I actually designed my stand for the Ghost, and here it is next to the rest of my kind of Rebel fleet. I had to modify my Y-Wing to actually make space for it, but I think it makes for a very complete Star Wars shelf. I am very happy with the end result. I love my stand. It helps me display it in my space a lot better, and it just looks really good. It highlights all of the details, and I like how it's kind of at an angle, so you were able to see all of the colors and all of the amazing building techniques that they use. So without any further ado, let's just get into the actual stand. So you start off with one of these plates, and you're gonna grab two of them, and you kind of stick them right next to each other. Now, I did run out of plates to actually show off the tutorial. I didn't want to dismantle my stand, but you're gonna want to get two more of them and connect them like this to where you kind of have this like T shape. And what you do is you want to have some jumpers for your minifigures, and of course you need some tiles to connect all of your plates together. You should have a very wide base like I have, and then you're going to remove this landing gear from the Ghost, and you will get these thicker kind of stands right here that I have with the transparent panels, and you are going to attach one to where my finger is pointing right here. You'll see the angled pieces right here to better show that off. And then this back column is going to go right here where you can see these slanted pieces are placed right here. So you do want two support beams, and you want to make sure that you are able to put this on the Ghost nice and secure. It's very important that you are careful as you put this on here, but if you follow the steps I had, you should have no problems putting it on the stand. I haven't had any trouble with it. It's very sturdy, and I think it does a great job at displaying the Ghost. So again, if you want to like slow down the video at all to get a more clear image of how I built the stand, feel free to. I'll try and post a part list too in the description if I remember. So if I haven't done it, just leave a comment and remind me. But let's get into day 2. Alright, and this video was honestly originally just going to be me building the Ghost and placing it, but I decided to finally buy another LEGO set that I had been eyeing for a while. It's been on sale for quite some time now, and it is, of course, the LEGO Marvel Ultimate Collector's Series. It is the Black Panther bust. I have wanted this set since it got revealed, but I wasn't really happy with the price. It does come with 2,961 pieces, and it is a very nice looking set, though when it originally came out, I think it was last November, it was sitting at a $350 retail price, and that is just absurd. So they lowered it to $209 on the LEGO website, so I think at that price it is a fantastic deal, and I would highly recommend to add this to your collection. On the back here, we're able to see some pictures of T'Challa as Black Panther in the MCU. They also show you the actual dimensions of the set, and you can get an up-close look at the Black Panther mask as well too, which I think looks good. And off to the side of the box, you're just able to see only the cowl part of the build, and it is without the two claws that you get. Also, I decided I was going to live stream me building this set at the last minute, so in between filming this, I stopped by Best Buy and I got a few stuff to help me out with that. I ended up getting a new webcam and some ports so that I could actually, because I have a MacBook and MacBooks are weird, they don't like USBs, so I had to get some adapters for those, but I'm very happy with the webcam I bought, so hopefully it'll work out good for our live stream. Also, I will have a time-lapse posted here, though, in the next few minutes, so don't worry, we still are getting a time-lapse of this, but I guess without any further ado, let's just get straight into the set, and let's just start building it. So this is from me building it on live. Also, you can find the recordings of the live stream of me building this. It was divided into 2 parts over on YouTube. You can find that in the live section on my YouTube channel. It's about 5 hours of content. So, you know, if you're just looking for something to listen to, hey, be my guest. But I don't blame you if you don't listen to the 5 hours of me just talking about like Marvel and Star Wars. So I don't blame you. But overall, though, into the build process, I did really enjoy this a lot. I didn't think I would like building this too much. I thought it was going to be like mostly Technic based, but I was surprised that it only has like a small Technic foundation. Most of the details here are brick built. Most of the skeleton is brick built, and I had a blast building it. It is unlike anything I have ever built, because what surprised me with this set, the $350 price tag started to make sense because of how big this set actually is. I expected it to be very similar to the other like Marvel helmets that I've built. Like I have the Iron Man, the Star-Lord, and the Venom helmets in my collection, and I thought it would be a similar building experience to that, but this is like triple the size of those. So it was a very different experience. You have different building techniques because it is set at a different scale, and I kind of liked that because you're able to get a lot more detail into this because of the scale that it's at. Now, looking back, I feel like I much would have preferred just getting like a $70-$80 Black Panther helmet instead of this set. I am still happy with my purchase, and I did really enjoy the building process, like I said earlier. The only part that was kind of subpar was building the 2 gauntlets for Black Panther, where he's doing the Wakanda Forever salute. That part did get a little bit repetitive, especially while building the fingers, but overall, I rate the building experience an 8 out of 10, and it was a lot of fun to be live again and be able to build this and have a time lapse of it too. So I really enjoyed it. It took me about 5 hours to build on time lapse. However, I feel like usually whenever I do the live streams, the building process is prolonged. So I would estimate if you're an experienced builder, it would probably take you about 3 hours. But here is the finished product of the Black Panther bust. I think this set just looks so much better in person. It is a very impressive build. I love it so much. It's probably one of my favorite Marvel sets in my collection. The first thing we'll look at is the actual stand. I like the purples that they use, and that is a sticker piece of the Black Panther logo. I kind of wish it was a print, but that's a whole other debate for another day. And here's a better look at the kind of transparent purple pieces that they kind of have around the plaque. I really like it. Looks really great. We also have the 2 kind of hands/gauntlets that you get to build for this, and they're very simple when you compare it to the Infinity and Nano Gauntlet, but it still looks great. Also, what's worth mentioning, you can separate the plaque and you can separate the gauntlets from each other. So you can, technically, it's like 3 different stands that all connect to each other. But the one we'll look at right now is for the 2 gauntlets, and I think it looks great. You can only really have it in the Wakanda Forever pose, but I think it looks good. I mean, I don't really know what other poses you would have, so it's not the end of the world that they don't give you much variety for that. But the actual gauntlets, I think, look really nice. They are about the same size as the Infinity and Nano gauntlets. I think they are the same size, or they might be a little bit smaller, not too sure, but I think the gauntlets look really nice. I really like kind of the spiked pieces towards the bottom, and you have more of that kind of like chrome silver color scheme that you see a lot in this set, which I feel like you don't really get too much of the chrome silver in many LEGO sets, so this set definitely has a lot of it, and I really liked that. Here is the other side of the gauntlet. This is the inside of it, so you don't really see this side of it too much, but it is still detailed and it is still presentable, which is good. And here is like it in my hand. You can kind of see like some of the scale with it, and I think it looks really nice. And also what's notable too, obviously you can move the fingertips around too to kind of pose it a bit, just like you can with the other gauntlets too, like the Infinity Gauntlet and the Nano Gauntlet. You have the option to move it around. Also, let's just go ahead and look into the main attraction here, which is the actual bust part of it. When building this, I thought it looked like an anvil when I didn't finish it, but here it is. I think it looks really great. From the front here, it's very plain because this part is mostly covered up by your plaque and the 2 gauntlets that you do get, but I really like this necklace that they have. It's a very simple build. It just uses these Spider-Man rope/web pieces, but those are in black, and it has some of these teeth attached to the sides of it. It's a very simple build, did not take long to do, but I really like it. I feel like if you could actually wear it, if you got 2 more rope pieces, it's like kind of life size, so you could wear it if you wanted to, but you do need some more pieces to do that. The back of the bust is very plain, but like I wouldn't expect too much detail here anyway. But probably the most impressive part of this set comes with the cowl and the face details, and I really like kind of the silver and metallic outlines that they have. It's very impressive, and the building techniques that they use for it is unlike any LEGO set that I have ever made. This is truly a unique set. It is in its own league, I would say. I really like it. The face details are great. I like the eyes. Those are printed pieces, which is weird. We got prints for the eyes, but not for the plaque. But if we look off to the side, you're able to see a lot of tiles here, especially like those kind of curved pieces. You get quite a bit of those to add some texture to it, and it looks really nice in my opinion. If we look at the back, it's kind of plain, but it does still have some detail to it despite not being visible 90% of the time. And then The other side of the cowl is of course just a mirror image of the side we looked at earlier, but it does still look really nice, and I think it makes for a great display piece, especially if you are a fan of the MCU and Black Panther especially. I think this is a great pickup, and I'm happy that I bought it. I remember last year when it got revealed, I was thinking about getting it at the $350 price range, but I'm happy I didn't, because $209 is a much better deal. This set does retire at the end of the year because it has not sold well, so it's got a very short shelf life. It will retire at the end of the year, so I could see this going up in value quite a bit. So I would highly recommend it. I think my final thoughts, I give it like a 8 out of 10. It could have been better, but no, like, I don't have like any huge problems with the set. And here is the haul altogether. We have the Ghost and Phantom 2 off to the left, and then to the right we have the Black Panther bust. So two very different sets, but I am happy that I added both of them to my collection. I think I was definitely more excited to have the Ghost, if I'm being completely honest, because I've waited for a Ghost set that's actually been affordable for years and years and years. Ever since I saw Star Wars Rebels and the set retired, I have wanted one, and I am very happy with it. I am even more proud of the stand that I built for it too. I think it really highlights all of the details here. It is my favorite out of the two sets I picked up, but still, the Black Panther bust is also a great set too. It just is not as good as the Ghost in my opinion, but definitely let me know what your favorite out of the two sets is. Mine, again, is the Ghost. I picture probably most of y'all will like the Ghost more, because the Black Panther set really isn't that popular, but here it is with my LEGO Marvel sets. I figured I would go ahead and show it off next to everything else, and like I thought, it did fit in very nicely with the other sets. I think it complements the other kind of UCS Marvel sets very well. I think it looks great. It's on the end of my shelf, and I've got it next to the Hulkbuster, as well as the Infinity Gauntlet, Mjolnir, and the recently released Captain America shield. It perfectly completes this shelf, in my opinion, and I am very happy with the Marvel shelf. It is now 100% complete. I have run out of space and probably won't be adding anything to it anytime soon. Also, here is another look at my Star Wars section now that we have added the Ghost to it, and I have changed up my Y-Wing to better be shown off, because before you couldn't see too much of the Y-Wing. I feel like the new stand I made for it is much better in my opinion, and we finally have a complete Star Wars shelf. There is no more room there, so we are running out of space in the LEGO room. So in the next few weeks, I would expect an update where I'm planning on adding a few more shelves here in the future, so expect updates on that soon. But that is all for today. That is part 2 of the September LEGO haul, so definitely let me know what y'all thought of the haul down in the comments below. But that is all for today, so peace out, y'all. Bye.